How's it going, everybody? It's Mike here again, and we're here for some tea talk. Now, this has become one of my favorite parts of my day. Just sitting down, chatting with you guys about literally anything. I know it's only day 3, but this is a nice feeling. So, today, I'm going to talk about something that's near and dear to my heart. It's a project that I'm going to be working on again. And I've worked on it before in the past. Anybody that knows, I participate in NaNoWriMo, which is National Novel Writing Month every November. I didn't this past year due to moving and stuff. Went down to North Carolina. It was a good time, and I'm sure I'll tell some stories about that because really nice place down there. But I used to write a 50,000 word novel every November, and like that was just the goal. It didn't have to be like a fully finished, shippable product, but basically a first draft of a novel. And then like you would spend the following months, kind of working on it and getting it where you wanted it to be. And I never followed through with any of that stuff. But there is a project that I want to work on again because I've been struck with the creativity bug again. For anybody that's been following the channel for a while, you guys know that I have waves of doing a bunch of music and then no music, or a bunch of gaming videos and then no gaming videos. And I'm trying to, hence this vlog, find a way to keep myself just constantly doing something. And that way I don't just slip into what probably is technically depression, but just a phase where I'm not really doing much of anything short of, existing, working, sitting and chatting with a few friends, and then going to sleep. So, enough about that. Let's just get right into the idea. I've always wanted to make some sort of like young adult fantasy type novels. Introducing Reverb. So Reverb is a character that I made up back in high school, just walking, because I used to walk everywhere with my music, and I was listening to some music, and one of the lyrics had caught my attention, and when it did, I was like, that actually itself could be a superpower. So I made the character Evan Cadence, who is just seems to be a pretty normal kid. Turns out he has the ability to manipulate sound. So he can literally make sound waves amplified to the point where they're basically able to be used similar to like a blast. So he wants to be a superhero. He wants to save the world. He wants to do the right thing because he's a good kid. He's a good, honest guy. And the problem with this is the fact that there are superheroes in his world, unlike other places where superheroes are in other book universe and such where they're frowned upon. No, superheroes exist, as do villains in this world. The problem is that this universe's version of the Justice League, if you will, they won't let him be part of that. The reason he can't be part of it is because all the heroes that have these powers, they all have your basically candy grab bag of superpowers. They have your super strength, they have super speed, they have flight, they have invulnerability, things like that, that are the things that, make the big superheroes like your Superman, the big ones, the ones that people, look up to and respect. All he could do is manipulate sound. If he gets shot, he's going to probably die. He's just a normal dude. Now, the other thing about this character is that he has, a heart of gold, if you will, and he's not easily taken down by things like this. So, the story of Reverb is basically him trying to earn his place in the group of superheroes that exist. But along the way, he runs into some other characters that end up becoming his friends. One of them starts out as technically a villain or an anti-hero of some sort, who goes by the name of Void, who can basically warp in and out of, I guess, he can think with portals. It's a tough way to do it, but basically if he can envision a place, he can warp to it. So he has teleportation, if you will, similar to like a Nightcrawler type character. That character's whole backstory I won't dive too into because he has a novel that I want to write about him. But basically, the long and short of it is he had a really rough upbringing, kind of living on the streets type of deal, and he really just wants to help out, the place, the orphanage that had kind of, looked out for him while he was growing up as best it could. He wants to do stuff like that, so he might do it by some pretty shady means, as examples, robbing banks and such, but he doesn't keep the money no more than he needs to survive to eat for the day. Like, he doesn't care about anything like that. He just wants to help them out. So he'll find ways to do little stuff like that. He also runs into a character by the name of Sketch, who her power is to draw things into reality. So basically, if she's got a concept of something, she can take it, draw it, and it, with lightning fast speed and accuracy, and bring it to life. There's a lot of fun plots and concepts that I've come up with, because, like, when I say I want to do this as a novel series, that also means that with my buddy Dylan, we've sat down and, like, talked about doing like 3 seasons of a show on Netflix with a movie that is like an alternate timeline type movie, and that had a really cool edgy ending. We talked about just doing stuff on YouTube with it. Obviously, all of that, you need a budget, and we don't have that, but it's really fun to sit down and just come up with these concepts. So why I'm telling you about all this is because my plan to deal with the reverb, and I barely scratched the surface because, again, I woke up late, as has been the trend the last couple days, and I wanted to get this video out before I went to work. I also still have to cook my meal before work and make my lunch for at work, because I'm lazy. I should start doing this, when I get home at 2 a.m., but I never think about it. I think about sitting down and working on games or something else. So, man, somebody's car stereo system, I don't know if you could hear it, if it picks it up on the mic, but it was bumping out there. Don't know what they were listening to, though. But the reason I'm telling you about Reverb, and again, like, just scratch the surface, there's so many really good plot hooks and character development stuff that I just don't want to spoil, because I'm making it my goal that by the end of the year, at least one of the novels that I've wanted to write about this character and about this universe is going to be self-published, most likely through Amazon, because I believe it was Amazon, when I was looking into it, has a way to self-publish, and it's like you see most of the profits for the books come back to you. They also can do physical copies, which I think would be really neat if anybody wanted to, have a physical copy of my book. I know I personally would. It would feel like an accomplishment, much like I still to this day, even though I put out an EP of my music on SoundCloud for free, I want to have a physical copy of an EP that I can physically own and say, yeah, I did this. This was mine. But yeah, so the plan is I have no set date, but by the end of the year, I want to really have something done for my character Reverb and his, like, universe. So I probably will at random times just tangent off into stuff about these characters or stuff, just to give you guys some ideas what I'm thinking about doing with it. Because there's so much, like, there's so much I want to tell you. Like, there's, like, villains that we've come up with. Like I said, Void was originally a villain. He's partnered up with a villain by the name of Null, who can nullify sound, to the point where he can make it like a deprivation chamber, where he makes it so quiet around you and only you that you can literally hear your blood flowing through your veins, and that would be maddening. Imagine being stuck in a room for 15 minutes where, like, literally the only thing you can hear is your body functioning. You try to scream, you can't, because he's also made it so you cannot outwardly project your voice. And he's a dark character that I was working on. There's also the enchanting female character that Reverb falls for, from a female led band, that, because he also, I should have mentioned, since he does sound, he obviously does music, and he is in a band, but a female, the rival band with a female lead, has a deep dark secret as well, and she has a power. She's going to be known as probably Siren. Let's go with it. Let's go with the easy softball name, as a lot of the names have been. And her ability is that she can sing to basically mind control people. She can lure them in, much like sirens did in mythology. There's also this Viking character, which we haven't really worked on a whole lot yet, but basically the idea is, like, he just similar to Killer Instinct, the games. Basically, he's practically immortal. But yeah, it's just really interesting stuff. It's really fun. I'm excited. Uh, but he's going to be this big Viking character that's lived throughout all of time and basically is trying to become officially immortal, but basically nothing's been able to kill him anyway. There's also ideas of the things that Void's powers do and how they could affect the reality of things. There's a lot behind the scenes with this Justice League type group where they might not be as good as you think, or maybe, some of them are, some of them aren't. Who knows? There's a lot. There's a whole lot that I've played with conceptually, and I've talked to some people about it, and they've always gave me positive feedback on it. But I guess I wanted to sit down and take a moment to talk to you guys about it, since that's what the point of this vlog is. Tell you guys what I'm thinking about doing, and just keep you in the loop. But what are your thoughts? Do you have any? If you could have a superpower, what would you have? If you got ideas, leave them in the comments below. Maybe if we can get a hold of each other and talk, maybe your character can become a character in my Reverb universe. I'll split the profits with you if I make any. But no, that being said, it was nice sitting down and chatting with you guys. I hope you enjoyed listening to me ramble about Reverb, and I hope whatever you do with the rest of your day, it just goes great. Keep that positive mental attitude, keep going strong. I love all you guys, anybody that watches these videos, or literally anybody I know. You guys are the best. So, yeah, I guess that's it. Again, this has been T-Talk, and take it easy, guys. Bye-bye.